Hello, I think we're live. Hopefully no one is watching yet though, because I haven't got my co-hosts and I don't know what I'm doing. Um, let's see. Okay, let's try sending people a link. One. I might need to move my phone because that's going to get annoying. Oh, do we have Lucy?
We do. Hello. Can you hear me?
I can see you. I don't think I can hear you though.
Okay. Well.
You could mime the entire live show. That is a thing.
I know. You can definitely hear me now. Or can you not?
No sound.
No sound. 1 minute.
Unless this is just my mic. Let's have a look.
Okay.
Oh, there's something coming through.
Hello? Can you hear me?
I can. I think so.
You think?
When I move my head, maybe my headphones are broken.
Oh no. Right. Okay. If that's the case, I'm going to try it with my headphones in.
Okay, I can hear you now. I think I saw Amber as well for a second.
Oh, did you? I can't see Amber. I can just see you.
I think she was here
Hopefully this works.
just for one moment and then disappeared.
This is well. Oh wait, I've just seen she's joined.
Hey.
Hello.
Hi,
Sorry.
You made it.
I'm so surprised this is actually working.
I know. I'm so excited. This is my first live show. It's so scary.
First ever live show, yeah. So, you know, when the house sets on fire in the middle of it, that'll be fun.
No. Right, I'm trying to work out how to share the link of this, like Twitter or something.
I think, let me find a link. And let's try not to accidentally share the everyone join.
I know,
Yeah.
can you imagine?
Like they did in the Project for Awesome one year.
Oh god.
Okay, I can share the YouTube link. Here we go. I think this is it.
Okay.
I think
That'll
it's
do, I'm sure.
Oh my god. This is like such a brand new world to me. But we'll roll with it.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll go fine.
I know. Have a look. Yeah, I think if we post it on Twitter, then hopefully we should get some people joining us.
Yes, we've got 3 viewers. Is that just us?
Exactly. Party for 3, it's fine.
There we go, I've tweeted.
Awesome, I'll retweet. So yeah, I'm not really sticking to the read-along, considering that I am almost finished the second book. Like,
Oh no! No spoilers,
I got too ahead of
guys.
myself. I know.
You're allowed to spoil the first book, for which, you know, I have read. Everyone else can be spoiled, but not me.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's very, very true.
I was going to get stuck into the second book straight away, and then Terry Pratchett was published this week, so I've kind of got sidetracked a little
Big
bit.
publishing events get in the way of it.
A
Definitely.
little bit.
Yeah, I've been distracted by Queen of Shadows, so.
Oh my god, me too.
Yeah.
I've been reading it all day and I can't even cope. You finished it, Amber?
Yeah.
No, I'm 200 pages in. I'm trying not to rush it, but it's really hard.
It's so good. Oh my god. But yeah.
You do
okay.
get to a point where you read things so quickly that you
Yeah.
actually don't retain that much information.
Yeah.
I know.
Which is slightly what I'm worried I've done with this book.
It's fine, it's what we're here for.
Aw.
Joe ST is watching. That means we have at least one viewer.
Okay,
Awesome.
That's a good
Who
start.
is reading.
I'm really confused. It's like replaying itself.
Oh.
really
Interesting.
confused right now.
What do you mean it's replaying?
Oh, it's because I've got two open. Oh my god, what's happening right now? There
That
we
would
go.
be why.
Oh, loads of people are watching. Well, like my
Yay,
whole
hello,
Twitter feed of 3
everyone.
people. Ben Clavey and Helen Maslin, whose book I have
Awesome.
behind me somewhere.
Oh,
Somewhere. Wait, I'm going to find it.
somewhere here.
Yay! Although it's proof. So
Oh,
no.
nice. Cookie proof. Cool. Should we get started, guys,
Okay.
on this
Yeah.
amazing book?
Now I've buried my copy under Helen's.
Mine
There you
is
go.
in the other room. Just pretend it's here.
Exactly.
Really? I need to like look
You
things
have
up.
Actually, I'm going to go and get my copy. I will be right back.
Awesome.
It's like a quiz, right? Like a school test.
I know. To be fair, though, you kind of need it for reference because I've probably forgotten a lot of plot points and names, so bear with me on this.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the bad thing about reading 2 fantasy books at once is that you kind of get confused with the 2 worlds. So
Or like 30 fantasy books at once, you know.
yeah, exactly. Always a bad thing. Does Amber have her coffee?
Yeah, it's
Yay!
ready.
Awesome. Brilliant. So do you want to get started? I think we had some some starter questions or whatever.
Yep.
So I think, Stevie, your first point to start on was how we all discovered Brandon Sanderson.
Yeah.
So you guys tell me how you discovered Brandon.
My story is slightly interesting in that about like 5 years ago or something, a friend of mine was in love with his books, so much so that he bought me one and sent it to me, and it like lay on my shelf for years with him pretty much pestering me every day saying, have you read it yet? Have you read it yet? But have you read it yet? And I kept going like, oh, I'll get around to it. And when I finally did, I was in love. And I had to admit that he had been right all those years, but I was very stubborn and didn't read it for a long, long time.
Yeah. I think it's the size that initially put me off. Like I'd heard a lot about this book series, but I'd never like dared to go in just because like I was like, oh my god, massive epic fantasy book. I can't do it yet.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are put off by that, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. But no, I think like I was surprised by how accessible it was. Like on reading it, I thought it would be a lot more kind of dense.
Is this your first Brandon Sanderson, Lucy?
It's my first Brandon Sanderson. Although I watched your review of The Final Empire, and you said that the Stormlight Archive was your all-time favourite.
Yeah, I don't know where they are. They're kind of down here. I'm scared if I move everything will fail.
The live stream will crumble.
Livestream will crumble, but I do have down here one of the Stormlight ones.
They are so big.
It's kind of huge. So,
oh my god.
Yeah, I can see why people don't really want to start on them.
Exactly. But no, I think this is a good way into like Brandon Sanderson, hopefully.
Yeah. It's the one that I started with. So, and it's my favourite so far.
Exactly.
That like Stevie said in her review of, it was this one, wasn't it, that you said if you had started with this, then you probably would have preferred it to Stormlight Archive.
Yeah.
Ah, interesting.
But I feel like honestly, Stormlight Archives are the best fantasy I have read so far, kind of, above kind of all that jazz.
Yeah.
So it just kind of spoils other books for you. That's what it's
God, okay, it's a good job I start with this then. Before going into that. Well, I think they're even bigger than the Mistborn books, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I need to prepare myself for that.
Stormlight Archive breaks itself into parts 1 and 2 for each book. It's just so they could actually be paperbacks. Otherwise, they would literally be kind of 2,000 pages.
Yeah.
Printed on Bible paper or something.
God. Okay. You know what? We'll move on to that read along another time. Oh dear. So yeah, we also talked about who our favourite characters are in the book series. So yeah, who are your guys' favourite characters in this one?
Vin and Calcia.
Yes,
I'm just gonna go with like the simple answer.
Vin is definitely like the perfect Mary Sue. She's the kind of character I would want to be because she gets kind of the best of both worlds.
Definitely.
She gets to kind of sneak around in the mists at night with, glass daggers in hand.
I know.
And yet she also gets to dress up and go to fancy balls. So
exactly, she gets it all.
And to flirt with boys reading in corners. So
Perfect scenarios. I also feel like this might be controversial, but one of my favourite characters was Elend, and we'll probably come on to this about Elend, but yeah.
I don't mind
love
Elend.
him.
Everyone else seems to hate him. I don't mind him.
Really? I think
Okay.
everyone seems to love him. I don't like him personally,
Yeah,
but
he's a
everyone I've
bit of
spoken
a
to
wet
adores him.
character. Like, he doesn't really have much going for him, but I don't know, there's something endearing about him.
He is a bit stupid. There's so many things he does where you're like pulling your hair out, going like, why would you do that? Oh, you
I
rich,
know.
you sweet summer child.
Oh well, I think he hopefully in the next few books he gets a bit more on his own feet. But I think in the first book he was kind of a very wet character, like not much happening there. But no, I'm absolutely in love with Vin. I think she's awesome, and the character development as well was so good.
Yeah, it's really subtly done as well. I think, like spread out throughout the entire book.
Yeah. So should we keep the first 15 minutes non-spoiler for all those people who haven't
I was literally about to say something that was a bit spoilery, and then I was like, no, I'll keep that. I'll keep that. Okay, I will say, while we're still on favourite characters, I don't understand how everyone isn't shouting about Sazed.
Oh, I love him!
However you pronounce his name.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Sazed, but I don't want to sound stupid.
I'll bow to pronunciation knowledge.
I'm confused though, because everyone got, like, his nickname is like Saze, and I was like, well, is it Sazed or?
I think it's Sazed, I think.
See, I always pronounce characters' names wrong in books, so I'm not one to say it's whatever, Sazed.
The problem is, when I then find out that they're pronounced a different way, I just can't make my brain do it. I have to read things.
It took me years to convince myself that Hermione wasn't called Hermione. So sad times.
I never got that one wrong, but I think that's because I grew up on Stephen Fry audiobooks, so
good shout.
Just a step ahead.
Exactly. But yeah, so what did you guys think about the actual world of the Final Empire itself compared to other fantasy books you've read?
It takes like the kind of typical fantasy universe, but then it adds to it, and it does that well. Like, I especially liked the kind of the mists at night, making night a very kind of you couldn't go out into it just as a normal citizen.
Definitely. And I think the ash, like, falling from the sky, and the fact that this world could be similar to our world, but the plants are like a different colour, and the sun is red and everything. It's such an interesting kind of, I don't know, world to even start a book in.
And it also seems to have a lot of history behind it, because, like when other characters mentioned that the plants could have used to have been green, like you want to know how they turned red or brown or whatever they are, and what happened to it.
Exactly.
I've read the book, so I know.
You know all.
No spoilers.
I know.
I promise, I'll keep my mouth shut.
It definitely adds to the whole vibe of kind of being post-apocalyptic. Maybe like your traditional fantasy world happened, but the bad guy actually won, and they're living in this kind of volcano-heavy future in which everyone is enslaved.
I know. Yeah, no, I thought it was kind of, because I've seen some reviews that have compared the world to, like, they said it reminded them of like a medieval fantasy world, but I don't know why. I haven't really thought of it in terms of like being in that type of time period. I've always kind of pictured it in like a more modern, I don't even know why, but probably my weird brain imagining things.
No, I wouldn't say medieval. I
guess with all the dresses and stuff, but yeah, it does seem a little bit later. But, compared to like a world like Game of Thrones, where it's kind of very medieval.
Definitely, kind of it very much the height of kind of your high fantasy setting.
Definitely.
This is a bit different. Although you do have things like the keeps and the aristocratic families.
Yeah, exactly. All the politics and stuff. But yeah, so what did you guys think of the magic system? Which is one of my favorite parts.
I think it's brilliant. It's just so clever and so simple. Like, I could have come up with it myself, but I didn't, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I think, it's just got that realistic element to it.
Yeah.
I don't know, it sounds weird saying like a magic system's realistic, but it is really realistic.
I think.
What would you pick if you were going to have one of the powers, if you were to be a Misting?
If I was a Misting? I think I'd be a soother. I think I'd be like Breeze.
I didn't like Breeze
question.
Really? Yeah, I didn't really like Breeze at first, but I think now I'm so further into the second book, I'm really enjoying his character.
I need to get reading.
You do.
There's that scene in the pub, in the tavern, where he's actually demonstrating what he does and properly kind of working his soothing of emotions on people and for other people, rioting of emotions. And you realise just then like how absolutely powerful that is.
Exactly. And that's the other thing I liked, actually, how each of these mistings, like Brandon Sanderson could have so easily just been like, right, the Mistborns are the all-powerful whilst the Mistborns are like really unpowerful, but he's kind of chosen them to be really superior at one skill, like whether it's calming, like rioting emotions or burning pewter or whatever, but they like excel at one thing, which I kind of liked. But yeah, I think I would go for the gentler option and be a soother, but you know.
I'd have to. I would have to go for. Is it? I can't. I'm getting it confused in my head now. Is it 2 powers the ability to push and pull off metal? I just want to be able to.
Ones, yeah. I would have said one of those, but if you don't have them both together, it seems a bit pointless.
Yeah,
I think I'd want to push off, so I could do the kind of flying through the air, kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
What is it? The kind of railroad they have between the two cities.
What's that called when you just excel at that though? Because I know, is it coin shot? Where you can
coin shot is where you push, I think. The other one. It says in the back.
There's a cheat sheet in the back.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's a Bible of Mistborn.
Pushes on nearby metals, coin shot.
Yeah.
They also have really cool names for the things.
Oh, it's not thug, it's lurcher. I didn't see the word lurcher in there.
I know, I can't remember seeing that either. Lurcher.
Maybe that's just like a really rubbish.
I know, no one's that. Oh dear.
I will say Sanderson is really good at naming things. Instead of just giving them random jumbles of letters, he has kind of good names you could imagine evolving naturally that do kind of describe what they're doing without being difficult to say.
Yeah. Exactly, definitely. But yeah, I kind of like the idea as well of kind of burning the metals, how it's like they're just in your stomach, and then, I don't know, like burning each of these metals has a different quality.
Yeah.
Which is so clever, and each of them had like a partner, like I can't think of an example now. But yeah, like I thought that was so clever. So props to Brandon Sanderson for actually creating a convincing magic system.
Yeah. I think he liked to. I know. I think his preference would be for my powers as well, because in Stormlight, there's another magic system where it's all based on gravity and being able to push and pull things as well, but without the need for metal.
That's fun.
That sounds fun, actually.
Not to continually go on and on about Stormlight.
No, this is turning into the Stormlight discussion.
Yeah. Sorry.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's fine. Oh. So another. Well, I guess we can't talk too much about like the twists and plot twists at the minute, but we will probably go on to that. But what did you think of the first book as a book on its own? Like, do you think it tied things up nicely, or?
I think so. I think if they didn't pick it up for the sequel, I think it would work quite well on its own.
Yeah.
Everything seems to wrap up quite nicely.
Yeah, that's the thing that stuck out for me, was how it didn't kind of leave off on a cliffhanger play. Which I really liked.
Everything I want to say is kind of spoilers, but I'm going to keep it like vague.
One word answer.
I thought the stuff in this book would happen over the whole 3 books. Like when the kind of end of this book happened, I was like, what? What are they going to do for the next 2
I know,
books?
That's what I thought. It's like, bringing down the final empire is the basic plot of this book, and it's like, what's going to happen in the next 2? But
yeah.
But
I'm the only one here who hasn't started. I have no idea what's going to happen in the next book.
Well, you will be shocked. It's nice knowing that like he's actually thought so intricately about this world, and it's like there's a world beyond the final empire, like the world in the final empire, that he's like kind of already mapped out and planned. And it's nice when you go into the Well of Ascension, you kind of see all that, which is really cool. But yeah.
There's also an extent to which, even when when you feel like you finally got it, when you feel like you finally understand everything that's going on, he brings in something else. So like when you finally think you understand the magic system of burning metals, he brings in is it phyromancy, the Sazad's magic of like storing things in metals.
The terrace kind of magic system.
Yeah. The theme throughout this series, and even just in this book, is what Kelsier keeps saying is there's always another secret.
Oh, I like that. I didn't even think of that.
I just love that. It's amazing.
Yeah, but it's so true. I guess like you think you've discovered everything, then there's like a whole nother level and space for everything. Exactly. I know. Now I'm nervous about what the final book will be like.
Oh, you should be.
Oh God, no! I can't take it anymore. Seriously, reading the second book is like, you know, I'm not okay emotionally anymore. But no spoilers, no spoilers. But yeah, brilliant. Should we go spoilery from now on?
Yes, because I think we're all dying to talk about
I know, I just need to talk about it. So if you have not read the first book, The Final Empire, definitely just start watching here. We won't be offended.
Or if you don't want all the best books in the world spoiled for you, that's fine.
Exactly. So where should we start with the spoilers? Kelsey, you're dying. What the hell?
Yeah.
Were you expecting it?
The obvious one?
Were you expecting it?
I wasn't.
I had no idea. I was like, oh no, he's going to be the protagonist throughout the whole thing, and it turns out he dies.
How wrong we were, I know.
Despite the fact that I have been reading George R. R. Martin for years, so you think I would have grown a thick skin? You think I would have grown used to people taking people you love and then tearing them apart in front of your eyes?
No. I guess that's what I didn't expect it from Brandon Sanderson, so maybe that was my downfall. I should have. Yeah, I think his death really shocked me, and the fact that he actually planned it as well, and we didn't find that out till later, and I was just...
Yeah, he planned the entire thing. It's just heartbreaking.
I know.
That's why he's one of my favourite characters. I just love him.
I think it was so clever, especially because during the whole book, I kind of had this weird relationship with him where I really loved how kind of crazy he was, but at the same time I was like, you're a peril to everyone around you. But I guess by the end of the first book, he rectified himself, and now I feel bad that he's dead. But
he very much knew what he was doing, and making himself a martyr in the end turned out to be the best thing he could have done to kind of bring about the fall of this empire.
Yeah,
exactly.
And it makes so much sense looking back on it, but you still kind of spend ages going but there must have been another way. You could have done anything else.
I think that's exactly how Vin was feeling as well. He didn't have to do that, but I guess to get this result, he kind of did.
It's true, and it's very self-sacrificing of him, which I didn't really know that was one of his qualities until that point. So it's good. It was a good character arc, I think. But now it's kind of annoying because in the Well of Ascension, I'm constantly thinking, right, will Kelsier come back to life? Which is a bad start, but there you go.
Aww.
But Amber, will he come back to life?
I
don't say anything. Don't even look like I'm suggesting something.
I know. I need to know.
I'll try and communicate telepathically.
Oh, but yeah.
Well, I guess because I didn't think the big bad was going to fall anywhere in this book. I thought, I knew it was a trilogy going in. I thought, the Lord Ruler wouldn't even kind of get a gash on his arm until book 3. So when he was actually brought down, I was just so kind of huh? What happens next?
Yeah, and where can it go from there?
Yeah, I can understand why. I looking back on it, it makes sense that Kelsier dies at the end of this book because there's so many things they do with his story arc. I've forgotten the name of his wife. Was it who dies in the pit?
I can't remember her name.
But the fact that he's already gone through all that and he doesn't really have any huge ties to the world left, it kind of makes sense.
Apart from Vin. Let me just
that's so heartbreaking. And he left her. That's the hardest thing for me. But there you go.
On the note of Vin, though, how amazing was it when you find out her brother didn't actually abandon her?
Oh, I cried so hard both times.
I'm probably an evil person because I was expecting. Is it Reen or Reen? I was expecting him to come into the book because, we didn't actually hear. Obviously, we didn't hear about his death until the end. I was expecting something more from that, and I don't know. Maybe I'm just quite a sadistic person and want the drama. But it is like a nice touch though that like she lived her life kind of fearing that somebody will leave her, and it turns out that person didn't. But still.
Yeah, that obviously affected her so much, and you could kind of believe it because you'd never met him. You just had kind of Vin's word of him.
Exactly.
So you just believed that he was this kind of nasty guy, and then you realise, the whole way through that wasn't true.
It wasn't the case, I know.
It was like exactly the
it
opposite.
depends how you define nasty, to be honest.
Yeah,
He did beat her,
didn't he? Yeah.
Well, apart from an odd beating.
I know, this is dangerous territory, guys. But yeah, and who was your favourite in the crew, I guess?
Aside from Vin and Kelsia.
Yeah.
I quite liked the relationship kind of Ham and Bree seemed to have, kind of as their like odd couple, kind of one of them quite dandyish, the other kind of all muscles, and I was like, oh, you guys, I'm not a double act with you.
Exactly.
And also, I love how Ham is like the thug, like the general guy, but he is also quite philosophical, or very philosophical. He keeps bringing up these questions that the other characters don't even think of.
I like Ham and Breeze's kind of like interplays. I thought those two were just brilliant. And then I also really like Docs. I think he's quite a character.
I love Docs.
I just like how he's like organising the whole thing. Like he's doing the admin work while Kelsey is just out there being his rash self.
Yeah.
But
yeah, Breeze was definitely the kind of the weighing stone that Kel needed.
Yeah, definitely. And Marsh as well. What did you make of Marsh?
He was interesting. We're allowed spoilers now. Did he die? I can't remember.
He became a Steel Inquisitor.
Oh yeah, that's what. We thought he died, and then he didn't die. I read this book way too fast.
So, did Kelsian know that Marsh became a Steel Inquisitor, or did he die thinking that he died?
I think he knew. I think that was part of the plan.
Yeah.
I didn't think he knew. I was under the impression that he didn't know.
Oh no, that poor guy. Although
but now that's just hit me that Kelsia might have died without knowing. Now I'm just
I don't know. I feel like he did know. I think that might have been part of the plan all along, in the same way that like Kel kind of sacrificing himself as a martyr was also kind of part of the plan if everything else went to shit.
Yeah.
Towards the end, though, Marsh does say that he didn't know that the Inquisitors were going to recruit him.
Yeah.
He just thought he was going to be like an obligator or something, I think. But
oh my god, that's so sad. So that's another blow to poor
Thank
Kelsia.
you for that.
No, sorry. But, oh god. But yeah, Marsh is definitely a character who I think will play a big part in the overall series.
Is he more in the second book, I'm assuming?
Maybe.
I think that I'm looking forward to seeing that though, because I have the Steel Inquisitors like as something quite different in my mind. I think it was literally because of the fact that they've sacrificed their eyes. To me, it meant they'd like sacrificed their humanity.
Yeah.
So I couldn't really imagine like having a conversation with one as they do with Marsh, kind of at the end.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, even though Marsh is this Steel Inquisitor now, it seems that he does still have that humanity, for the moment at least. But yeah, it's quite an interesting plot twist. But I was quite happy that he didn't die in the end.
Oh, I think we've lost Amber.
Oh no! Oh yeah, we have.
Should we see if we can get her back?
Definitely. She can't miss out on all the spoilers.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, she's back.
Sorry,
main net. It's all good.
No worries.
I'm very surprised that mine is holding up this well. So.
No, mine too. Well, I'm actually on my housemate's laptop because my webcam like just died on me. So
oh no.
Taking precautions. Got a backup. But yeah, so where do you? This question is mainly for Stevie because obviously Amber has read the entire series. But Stevie, where do you think the Well of Ascension is heading? Because obviously you said that it ended on quite a nice.
Well, the interesting thing, and that is kind of, to me at least, that was hammered in right at the end of the series, is that possibly this the Lord Ruler, although he's kind of the big bad guy, he might actually be a small bad guy who was actually stopping something much worse happening.
Yeah,
which is kind of implied by
dynamic
when he was ranting about how they have no idea what he does for the world.
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah, and the prophecies that were kind of going through the whole way. Although I guess we didn't know if they were exactly about him. I can't remember.
The logbook,
Yeah. I found that really interesting, actually, because the prophecies made you think that this, I can't remember who the character was who gave that prophecy at the start of each chapter, but it led you think that he took up power for himself and was the Lord Ruler, but then it was that twist when it turned out to be that other guy, the terrorist guy. I'm so bad, like, I should have learnt these names, but no, that terrorist guy.
Rashek, I think.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Fine. I'm like an encyclopedia.
Yeah, that's good. We need one of those. But yeah, I thought that was such a clever twist on it. I wouldn't expect that at all.
No.
I do really like the idea though that kind of beginning of the second book they'll just be like, oh damn, he was actually the lesser of so many evils.
Exactly. But I think it definitely like works like that, and I'm glad that there is that, because there is certain kind of fantasy books, sometimes especially in YA, where it's like a problem is dealt with and then that's the end of the book and it's all fine, and it's like,
and everyone's happily ever after.
Again, it's Brandon Sanderson with his layers, and there's always another secret. There's just always something else.
It's so brilliant. But yeah.
Well, that's like so many books kind of have the big revolution, but they don't show what comes after it and the picking up of the pieces and the people going, oh, maybe this wasn't a good idea. Maybe we liked our captivity. Back to the cages, everyone.
No, exactly. Which it was kind of, even though I think the Lord Ruler was an interesting character because you were always desensitized from him. Like, you never really saw him as a character from Vin's perspective until the ending, when he just, tells you all that, oh, actually, I've been protecting you from this really evil thing, so you're lost. But there you go.
I thought it was really interesting that you did not see him at all throughout the first book. Right to the end. I was expecting something a bit like a Wizard of Oz almost, where you pulled the curtain aside and he was actually a poor little crippled old man or something.
But yeah, I think it was really clever how throughout the whole thing there was that importance about getting into that room as well. I don't know if I understood what was in that room. So was that like the old part of the Lord Ruler who he was using to keep himself young or something?
I remember Vin getting the book from there.
Yeah, but do you remember at the end when Vin made her way into that room and she saw this old man? Like, maybe I'm making this up. Did I
No, you didn't make it up. I think it was when he was using his is it Farukami? I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, it's when he
made himself younger,
wasn't it? It was when he kind of stopped doing it for a second, and he was.
He had to make himself look really old, I think,
to then make himself younger. Yeah, I thought that was really clever, and also how the Lord Ruler can do that for Rulkami. I can't pronounce it, and also Alamancy at the same time. Like, he's a mixture of the two, which was really cool. But yeah, I thought the Lord Ruler was quite a good baddie, because in the end it's like he could be defeated, but then there was actually a larger problem.
Which I need to read and find out about.
Yeah, gets a lot worse from here. No, I'm joking. Well, I'm not really joking.
Why can't they all just live happily ever after now?
Why Brandon Sanderson?
Have the pits of Hafsin been destroyed now then?
Yes.
Yeah.
For a couple of centuries.
No.
So no more seeing the future metal.
Oh yeah. What's it called? Atium. I thought that was a really cool concept.
It depends if he has a stash somewhere, doesn't it? Because the Lord Ruler apparently has a stash of Atium.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Thanks, guys.
No spoilers. Oh dear. But no,
that was a really cool power, actually.
Yeah. It was kind of scary though, knowing that this one bead of metal had you could destroy any other Mistborn.
Yeah. It's like the only weapon you can use against them.
Exactly. But yeah, no, I love this book so much. Maybe we should discuss Elend, because I'm guessing there's different opinions. So
I liked him. I don't know. I'm on the middle. I'm not kind of throwing myself after him, but I didn't hate him.
No. Yeah, I think I'm kind of like Team Elend. And I'm sensing Amber is not Team Helen at all.
No, I'm
I'll
just
be a
not a fan.
mediator here. I'll be like, you guys sit in opposite corners of the live stream.
It's like us and Kale from Throne of Glass as
Oh
well.
my god, yeah. Me and Amber are like opposite shippers. Oh wow.
Alan, he's just, I think he's the heir to this house, and I think he has too much thrown at him for me to actually like him, if that makes sense. Like, he's not spoiled exactly because his dad's a dick. Yeah. But he just has everything handed to him, and he takes that for granted, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And like throughout the book, he's always looking down on the scar and stuff like that. Before he knows that Vin is one.
Is one of them.
Yeah.
I think it was interesting because he was asking her about the scars, if they were like this species, like this kind of, you know, exotic animal or something.
Yeah.
Which I guess comes from the fact that he did have this kind of different upbringing.
Yeah, he was raised that way, so it's understandable.
And then
I feel like he's constantly fighting against this kind of ridiculously privileged background he's grown up with, and you can't like hold that against him too much because that is what he was born into, and he is learning slowly.
He's getting there, exactly. But yeah, I think he was just kind of quite a cute character at first.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you know, this is a nice like kind of refrain from all the drama that's happening.
Yeah. Although, did you think that Vin's feelings for him developed too quickly?
Yeah, definitely. Like all of a sudden she was in love with him.
Yeah, page 500, she says she's in love with him. Yeah. I was just like, you seem to like calm down dances with him.
Yeah, which I guess also brings onto the fact that, what did you guys make of Vin's relationship with Kelsia? Because there were some sentences where I was like, is she falling for him? Like, I don't understand what's happening.
Put my hands up and say that I ship it. I'm sorry, everyone. I know that everyone views them as like a father-daughter thing. I know that he believes that.
It's definitely a father-daughter thing.
I know. How old is he?
I can't help it. He's like 34.
Oh, that's alright.
Okay.
That's like double Vin's age.
That's fine.
Oh god.
I can't help it, they have chemistry.
They do have chemistry, definitely.
I think it was definitely a father-daughter thing, maybe with some like complex kind of Freudian stuff in there.
A lot of complex Freudian stuff in there.
Well, you will see my Twitter name, I'm the crack shipper. So.
That's alright. I think you definitely need those types of ships in some books.
Yeah.
But like, I was kind of on the fence there. I was like, I don't know whether I should ship this, so I'm not going to. I just took the easy route and, you know, ship the end.
I definitely preferred her and Ellen to her and Kel, okay?
Yeah.
Not to make myself an enemy for life.
It's fine.
That's it now.
No one agrees with me, it's okay.
Oh, I kind of see where you're coming from, though, because it was that kind of like, she was the only one who taught her about, like, trust.
Yeah.
And, like, being able to, like, kind of, like, trust this band of friends and stuff.
Yeah,
and I guess without him, like, she wouldn't be anywhere. She wouldn't be Mistborn. She wouldn't really be anything. So it's all down to him.
Yeah.
I know there are little bits where both of them, like in the book, have been like a bit patronising to her and a bit kind of, I know what I'm doing. You sit over there, and he's always like, I like the fact that she's just proved her own with both of them, regardless.
Yeah, I love that she just ignores them, like goes and jumps off walls and stuff by herself.
I know. She is awesome. Yeah, I know. And I guess, like, I think this might be a spoiler for Well of Ascension, but there was there's like a sentence in there that, sorry, Stevie, I'm going to say this quickly, but there was a sentence in there that the team, the kind of clan suggested that Vin might have had feelings for Kelsia. Like, was that like, I don't know if I was making this up, but that was...
No, that was.
So it's an interesting dynamic. I think there's definitely more people who think that maybe there is something there, but we'll never know because he's dead. Trying to bring a downer on the whole thing.
Well, you know, that only makes it
like he said.
Always coming back, and then they can live happily ever after.
I do wonder. Brandon Sanderson has done it to characters in Stormlight, so I wonder.
Oh, really? Oh my god.
Characters you think are dead in Stormlight are never really dead.
Oh my god, I wonder if that's the case. Like, you are making me so excited for like back from the dead Kelsia.
What did you think of I've forgotten her name, the girl who's at a load of the balls, who's kind of very
Shan, Lady Shan. Yeah.
We don't like her, right?
No.
I'm indifferent.
Yeah, I think she was just like quite a stereotypical, bad, full stop.
I wasn't expecting her to be a Mistborn, though.
No, me neither.
No, that was interesting.
And then I was kind of glad when... I was quite shocked when Vin actually killed her, though. Like, I think that was the first time... Was that the first time Vin killed anyone? Maybe not, but it was like quite a significant death. And
that was her first Mistborn kill. I can't remember if she killed anyone else.
But yeah, I was just like, Jesus, Vin, calm down. Like, killing all these Mistborns now.
You'll let Vin doesn't calm down.
I know, exactly. That's worse. But yeah, and I guess that death did affect her a little bit, but I think Shan definitely had it coming. So.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. But yeah, I know. I think this book just had like everything for me. It had that little bit of romance, and then there's lots of drama, lots of plot twists. So definitely a good series, and it only gets better. There you go.
We shall find out in the next one.
I know. Sorry, I've probably
already found out.
You. Yeah.
I promise. I've got like 80 pages left of The Shepherd's Crown, and then I will get straight onto it.
Oh, good.
We're making you more excited.
No, hopefully.
Yeah. I've had my Twitter feed all week going like, "Have you started yet? But have you started?" But
what's taking you so long?
I know.
It's been 4 minutes. You must have started by now.
God, I think this book is actually bigger than the first one, and I read about like 800 pages in a week last week. I'm just like, it's that fast paced, and I find this story even more like faster than the first one, which is weird. But love World of Ascension. What did you guys make of the class system then, like the nobility and then the Scar, who was like the slaves, I guess?
It just really upset me.
I think you did it really well in showing kind of the city and the plantations.
Yeah.
And that was kind of different sides of it. And especially in the city, because you could show like that extreme wealth with the keeps with their kind of ridiculously gaudy kind of high architecture, and also the like plantation owners being able to like just choose Scar women and then and sleep with them and kill them, just to make sure that they didn't accidentally get children with them.
Exactly. I thought that was a bit brutal, but God.
I thought it was really interesting how even though they were nobility, the Lord Ruler was still manipulating them. Like, basically everything about their lives he was in control of. They could only do stuff because he let them. So in a way, they were kind of slaves to him as well.
Yeah, exactly. It was kind of quite a hard... I think I found those scenes where the Scar was treated really poorly. They were so hard to read because it was like they are just treated like slaves and like worse than slaves almost, like just like animals. Yeah. But I think I liked how it started off, like you said, in a plantation, and then we got to see both sides. So we got to see that and then the city life. But yeah, I thought that was interesting, definitely.
Wasn't there a scene with, or talk at least, of Elend with a Scar woman?
Yeah.
He lost his virginity to a Scar woman, and then I don't think he killed her, but someone else did, and he wasn't aware of that at the time.
Yeah. Like, I think his father forced him into doing it or something.
Yeah.
Poor
Again,
Elend.
that was hard to read.
Yeah.
No, like someone died. Well, a fictional person died.
True, I know. That's another thing. I think Elend, I don't know, it's quite... Reading that scene with Elend discussing that with Vin, I was just like, poor guy. I mean, you know, just always under his father's thumb all the time.
Yeah.
No. I need to get off like Elend's podium now.
It's fine, you carry on.
Good.
But isn't it like, wasn't that like a really good example of how Elend's very lifestyle, like even when he doesn't mean to like be bad and hurt people and stuff, his very lifestyle is like on the back of people suffering.
Yeah, it's true. Definitely.
And I guess like how his kind of idea of revolution of it coming kind of top down, like with his group of vague intellectuals reading subvertive books would never actually really work.
Yeah, actually, I didn't pick up on that, but it was true that the kind of intellectual rebellion wasn't actually the thing that helped anything really. They were just kind of playing the rebels.
I think Didn't Calcia mention that at one point as well? He was like, it's never going to come to anything, and they're just rebelling because it's against their father's wishes or something.
Yeah. Which is true. I guess like you can kind of see how being in that nobility, like you would want to rebel against, you know, that lifestyle, but then again, it's like how can they represent the poor when they're not one of them and they haven't seen what happens? So, oh well. But yeah.
I don't know, you got the impression as well that they'd never actually kind of go for it. They never actually like...
no, it all seemed like theory.
Yeah.
Exactly. No. And I'm so glad that it was actually Vin who ended up killing the Lord Ruler and bringing down the entire final empire. I was just like, yes, you go, Vin.
That whole last scene, or like the last little bit, was just amazing when Marsh came in and took out the...
all the spikes.
For the I was like, yeah, you go. And then she ended up killing them.
So
yeah, again, Marsh coming in was not expecting that at all.
No.
Brandon Sanderson is the master of all twists.
Yes, definitely. So what do you, I think the thing that I enjoyed about Vin's character development, especially when she started like impersonating Valette, was it?
Yeah.
I think that was her noble name. But I really liked how she was comfortable playing both parts, and she actually enjoyed becoming like a lady almost, which I thought was quite different because like a lot of fantasy novels I've read where quite a tomboyish girl, and she goes into that world and it's just like, ooh, dresses, like fancy things. But I quite like how Vin realised that she likes this kind of finery.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's such a trope of fantasy books to kind of, even though they have strong female characters, they're strong female characters because they reject everything that is feminine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Whereas Vin kind of was like, oh, I like this too. This is also a nice thing.
I can still kick butt in a dress. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, I did
it's
like that.
Have either of you read A Darker Shade of Magic by V.
No,
Schwab?
but I need to.
Okay, I love that book. And it's you know, one book can do this, but I've forgotten the name of the main female character now. But yeah, she's very much that stereotype of being a tomboy and wouldn't go anywhere near a dress, and the idea of having to go to a fancy party is her worst nightmare.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, it's fine for like you can definitely do this, but every female character kind of fits strong in a fantasy novel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I kind of enjoyed Vin playing her little parts, but yeah. So I'm just so excited to finish the series. I just feel like I need to know what happens, and I hope nobody else dies. I think that's my main problem. Is that I like everyone too much now, and they can't die. Otherwise, I'll cry.
This is Brandon Sanderson you're talking about.
I know, I'm so worried. I just want you to tell me, Amber, who's going to die.
No, Amber, sit there and tell us everything's going to be happy and lovely and nothing bad is ever going to happen again. Do it.
It's a happy ending.
Is it?
They're all thrilled.
Oh no, I'm so scared.
Lucy, do you know how the second series fits in? Is it a prequel or does it come after these three?
It comes after these three when the current characters have become a legend.
Oh wow!
Okay, so it's like set a long time in the future.
I don't really want to say anything else.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, it's kind of like steampunky.
Oh, cool!
Okay, that's cool.
I'm up for that. So, how do they kind of compare to the first three books? Are they?
There's only one out right now. I didn't like it as much purely because I missed the original characters. I seem to have a problem with like companion series. I don't tend to like the new characters. But they're okay. And so Brandon Sanderson develops the Allomancy a lot more.
Oh, okay.
Like it sort of evolves with the world. So that was interesting.
Yeah.
And I'm quite looking forward to seeing how, because I think the fourth one is a standalone but set in the same time, and then there's a trilogy to follow set in the same time.
Oh, so is Shadows of Self the first in that new trilogy?
I think so, featuring the same characters as the fourth book. That's the impression that I've got. I could be wrong.
Interesting. Definitely need to kind of read the novella type. I think it's Alloy of Law or something.
Yeah.
I definitely need to read that after these and like keep up to date.
Yeah.
And then read the Stormlight Archive, of course, which is even bigger than the rest of it.
Yeah.
But
it's the best. It's the best.
If it's the best, I need to read it.
Maybe it's just me doing the same thing where like the first books I read, like I love those most now, and everything else is like. Oh,
I think that's what happened with me. When I started reading The Way of Kings, I was comparing Cal to Kelsia constantly.
I did the other way around when I started the Final Empire, comparing Kel to Cal.
Yeah.
Someone pointed out in my comment section that as well as Kel and Cal, Cal's friend is called Mosh, so you have Mosh and Marsh.
Oh God! Come on, Sanderson, make up more inventive names. Oh dear.
At least he doesn't sit there with like a Scrabble kit, like some fantasy writers being like, yes, this will be the name of my new character. LLCUG.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, brilliant. Well, I think we've covered a lot of things here, so I'm like Final Empired out, but still in love with it. I think I really want to reread the series as well, which is a bad sign when you've read the first book and you want to reread it, and it's like my other books will not get the time of day. But...
There's definitely a problem where kind of why read anything when you could be reading Brandon Sanderson.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good motto to have in life.
No, when I finished the first book for the first time, I was like, no, I need to go back and reread it, and had to stop myself because I had so many other things to read, and then also I wanted to also carry on with the series, so I couldn't just get stuck in one book.
Exactly.
But the reread was still just as amazing.
Oh, good.
And I would definitely reread it again.
How long had it been since you first read them?
Just over a year.
Okay.
Well, that's only the first book. I think I read the second and third towards the end of last year, so almost a year.
I first started reading Brandon Sanderson about a year ago, and I've now read 5 or 6.
Oh, wow.
So need to keep going.
I'm like a complete newbie here. I'm like coming in like, I love the Final Empire. It's like, whatever.
August 2016.
Yeah.
You'll be there.
I'll be there. I'll catch up. Yeah.
We'll be doing more of these hangouts.
I was about to say, yeah, we need to. So, Amber, how was it kind of like rereading it? Did you find that like you got bored in certain areas of the book?
No. I thought I might, because some parts of this book are a bit slower than the following books, I've noticed.
Yeah.
But I wasn't bored at all. And also, when you go back to reread the first book, having read all of the trilogy, you notice a lot of things and clues that Brandon Sanderson has put in there. So many little things that are just so clever, and he's amazing at world building. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Definitely. Oh, very exciting. Well, in like a couple of years' time, we'll do another read-along for this series, and we'll all be rereading it. So.
Okay.
Brilliant. Great. Well, I think that might be the end of our live show. But thank you guys for doing it. And
that's okay. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, maybe we should do it for the World Ascension as well.
I'm happy to. I love it.
When I finally read it.
It's Stevie
the next one, I don't want to be the person who's like the furthest behind.
You won't be. You've got 2 weeks. Go.
Maybe.
No.
Okay, I'll get reading.
Anyway,
it was lovely to chat to you
quicker, yeah. Oh, you too.
Thanks for everyone who watched.
Yeah, thanks for everyone watching, and hopefully see you next time for another live show. Fingers crossed.
This was fun. We must do it again.
Yeah, definitely. I love Sanderson.
Okay. Sanderson love. We need a hand movement or something.
I know.
Don't know.
You know what? We'll work this out for the next one. We'll be all in sync. It'll be perfect. Brilliant. Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.